boy, NJ Buckle. Buckle. Trigger warning. Karen's away.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your depressed boy. It's been a while, actually. I think it's been 2 days. When was the last time I did this? Tuesday? Today's Thursday, so yeah, 2 days. Lots happened, bro. And by a lot, I mean still just, on that loser grind. Mainly running and a little bit of acting, you know what I mean? What do I start with? Do I start with the big things or do I go chronologically? That is the question. Fucking allergies still are like, dude, it's so annoying. I'm literally in a fucking apartment right now. Like, how are my allergies fucking... I'm not talking about an old apartment. I'm in a nice-ass fucking modern apartment. My allergies are going crazy, bro. Anyways, the workout. So I did the mile 12, 8 and 4. And it actually went pretty well. Like, I didn't injure myself, so that in itself was a success. I finished the workout, and it was also very easy. Like, in terms of, like, just, like, not being an insane shock to the system, it genuinely wasn't. Like, I was like, okay, my legs can handle this. Now, part of that is because it was 3 minutes rest, and the paces that we were doing were actually just not crazy at all, till the 400. 400, I don't know why, but my, body just decided to run a 63. I was, right behind two of my teammates, and I was I don't know, I just got this surge of, ego and testosterone. I was like, I'm gonna pass these motherfuckers, and then I just did it. And then, of course, they passed me in, the last 2 meters or whatever, but, hey, I'll still take a 63. That was nice. Because what is that, 33 and 32? I don't even know. Wait, is it a 32 and a 32? That's 64. Yeah, so it's a 31 and a 32. Back to back, which, for me, because I'm not a speed guy, that's actually not bad considering I'm not even joking, I haven't done a stride. I haven't done any, specific speed work other than, just workouts in, probably... I mean, at this point, probably 3 or 4 weeks. So it's pretty nice to not have lost all of that. Mile was 5:18, 5:19. It was so calm, bro. I'm so aerobically in shape. It sucks because my legs can never go as fast as my fucking... But whatever. Especially with that 3 minute rest. So we went at the 1200. Where that was 77, 76, whatever. That was chill too. And then we did an 800. That was kind of hard just because, I don't know, something about the 800 just sucks mentally. Something about after passing that first lap and then you got to go again. It's just at least on my ADHD brain, that shit sucks. Because it's you know what I mean? 3 laps is better than 2. Because it's okay, I have a beginning, middle, and end. But yeah, so, we take out that. I think that one, we did a 220 something for the 800. Which honestly, dude, that was I think freshman year in high school. I didn't even run that in the 800. That's how, untalented I am when it comes to, speed. Obviously, I have some endurance talent. Mark my words, man. I was telling one of my teammates the other day, it's bro, I low-key might be an Olympian in the marathon. It's just it's just about extending the pace. So that's what college is all about. College is about getting to the point where I can run as fast as I possibly can. So then it's just the rest of my career, I'm just trying to extend that pace. And the extension part I have, which is the hardest part to develop. I have the extension part. I can extend the pace. It's about getting my body fast enough to where, you know what I mean? An all-out mile for me is, 350 or let's say 4 flat, right? Instead of it being, right now, like 430 flat, you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to start somewhere, I guess. But that's kind of like the key, which means for me, it's the key of balancing the speed. It's about balancing the speed with the context of the fact that I still need to like build my aerobic base. Just because I'm good at it. Matter of fact, I'm great at it. Sorry, that reminded me of a DaBaby verse. That's actually my favorite DaBaby verse. Jail Part 2. I don't know why people don't like that one. Mama couldn't save us because she had to get the money. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So yeah, I gotta just build the aerobic base, but have enough speed to where I'm improving in that department. So that's kind of like the balancing act. So yeah, that was good. Didn't have much like fallout from it, surprisingly. And then yesterday did a kind of like a medium long. I mean, we did like a easy run, but it was 10 miles with the GOAT, Michael Jordan. He's an assistant coach on the team. But he actually trained with Paul Chelimo. I think he runs a 13 high 5K, so he's actually good. Insanely good. He's borderline. I think he is professional. He's just not sponsored or whatever. But yeah, me and Linus cooked that, and I think we did. I mean, because we started out with the rest of the team. So within that block of running, which was the first 5-6 miles, we got down to 6:27, and then we kind of slowed down a little bit with MJ on the track, and was doing 7 flats, 7:10s, whatever, 6:55, and then we just kind of held 6:50, 6:40 pace the rest of the run. So I think it ended up coming out to 7 flat, but 70 minutes, 10 miles, pretty solid. And then, and then after that, later, my good friend, Maddox, shout out to Maddox Rezai, one of the best directors out there. He actually, he finished his movie, so he had a premiere at the movie theater. It was actually pretty sick. It was actually a lot of fun to go to. I was in a good amount of it. I was a part of pretty much all the making. I saw a lot of the shit. But it's just really cool to see your friend do something that's I mean, it was really cool. Because my friend Matt's been putting in a lot of work, trying to get in film schools and stuff. And, I mean, this movie took a year. And the reason why it took a year is because, I mean, he was literally using it as a way to learn and troubleshoot. So he was kind of waiting for the problems to happen throughout the film so that way he could learn from them, which is a great idea. So, but yeah, and we watched the film and it was actually entertaining. It was a lot of fun. A lot of a lot of laughing, a lot of good experiences in the film. So that was really cool. It was nice to see everyone at the film. I mean, one person couldn't make it, but whatever. I don't think they remembered. Lol. Yeah, that's been cool. Dude, I've been fucking grinding music. I'm always grinding music. The amount of music I consume a day is actually crazy. I wish that there was a talent for it. Honestly, what I should be is one of those musical supervisors on movies, and they make the soundtracks for the movies, because dude, my sound library in my brain is so fucking good. It's insane. If someone says a word that's part of a lyric, it's I'm literally starting to sing the song while dancing. It's just insane. What was I gonna say about that? Oh yeah, so I was listening to my DJ X on Spotify, and he was in between a song, usually don't listen to DJ X, but when you're sick of listening to your own shit, sometimes it's nice to have someone curate it for you. But he was like, yeah, you listen to 5,000 minutes of music last month. And let me put it in perspective. I listened to probably like, I want to say like at least 2 to 3 hours of music on YouTube or other people's Spotify's, probably at least a week. So 2 to 3 hours on top of that. So that's like a huge context, right? Not to mention the fucking forever goddamn song that's playing in my fucking head. So 5,000 minutes on top of like, you know, me listening to YouTube music or whatever, which I also have the premium YouTube music, which is kind of sick because you can like make playlists of like unreleased songs, which is really cool. The only thing is just like if you don't like listen to it all the time, then it's super inconvenient, but in that sense it's nice. Damn. What else? So but yeah, and then I also got 190 minutes of Kendrick last month, which like I was like not even listening to him that much. So like you guys can imagine when GNX first came out, like actually I don't think I listened to that much the first like week that GNX came out, because it was just like, I don't usually like to listen, like overload myself in the first week of like an artist that comes out. I like to like wait a little bit, because the problem is everyone's like fucking opinions of it, and also like your own, like if you wait a little bit, then you can go in with like fresh mind, because you're just going in with expectation, whether it's positive or negative. So if you wait a little bit to like disperse it, then you can go in and actually have like a little bit more of like a good, like you can literally make music sound bad. Like I remember when people were saying that about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, dude, it's just like, Jesus. Like it's so funny. Everyone hated that. Like I just think it's so funny. Like the people that hate Kendrick is like hilarious, because it'd be like, you know, anything he does, right? Like first he does like jazz and shit, and he's like, oh, this is so artsy, like this isn't even good, like, and then now he like fucking comes out with like the most West Coast fucking like just straight up rap, and people are still shitting on him. It's like hilarious. It's hilarious. There's a lot of opinions, but no one to carry them. Old ass flows trying to convince you that they your favorite. Literally, bro. But yeah, no, that's like really frustrating. Like I can like just like tell if someone's like like slightly below average intelligence or more, just by on how they talk about like the Kendrick beef and shit. Like you notice that? Like you can tell someone's dumb when they like take the whole Kendrick Drake thing seriously. Like they just like, it's like they can't conceptualize what a metaphor is, or like just God, dude. Oh my God, dude. You know, that's one thing that I've learned, man. Like, as I've gotten, it's like, I didn't realize, like, I thought I was the only incompetent, low intelligence motherfucker. Everyone that I, like, that I, like, interact with, like, I want to say at least 50 to 60% of the, like, American population is just stupid. Like, they have no ability to critically think. Like, even when they say the right thing, it's because of the social standards or like a YouTuber that they watch. It's not because they like form their own opinion. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is, I was the same way in high school, but it's just funny to see grown adults doing it. You know what I mean? Because I did the same thing in high school where I watched a YouTube video and I fucking regurgitate it out. You know, that was basically like everyone's personality in high school, was just, they would just say what their YouTube feed was. But now it's like, you know, now as you like mature, you know, you form your own, you form your own opinions, and you're like doing your own shit. So you don't really have that like social aspect. Like you play a lot of mind games in high school, and then like no one cares anymore, you know, and no one truly cared in high school, but you just did it anyways. Well, anyways, yeah. So it's just like all these people do, like, oh my God, dude, it's insane. Like people cannot like form their own opinions. And I'm not talking politics here. Do not make this about politics. I just mean straight up. People are low intelligence, and it's like funny. Like people are always like how did half the population vote for Trump or whatever? And it's literally that George Carlin bit. If you have selfish, ignorant, asshole fucking voters, they're going to vote for selfish, ignorant assholes. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, that's, it's unfortunately a part of American culture. That, like, being, like, hyper competitive and masculine and hating everyone, me versus them, is a staple in American culture. And it does a lot of great things, right? As we see in sports, right? Because I guess now being a psychopath is, like, literally normalized in sports. But there's the other side of it, right? Where it's just like, Jesus, it's a huge nerf to America because, like, you know what I mean? It basically, like, if you don't have any personal gain in something, you can't be great. How did I go from, okay, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So, like, but, like, it's just interesting, like, when you ask people certain questions, you can immediately tell if they're stupid or not. And I just thought that was like a very interesting thing. Like, you could, like, think of any type of, like, pop culture thing, and you could immediately see, based on how nuanced their opinion is, or just how stupidly nuanced. Like, I hate people, one of my least favorite things is people that make nuance of things where there shouldn't be nuance, and then people that simplify things that shouldn't be simplified. That shit will piss me the fuck off. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, dude. Oh my God. Like, it's literally like a meme. Like, I've seen that one meme where it's like, bros will, like, fucking drink a bunch of alcohol, and do drugs and then get mad at you because you're not eating off of a wooden cutting board drizzled in honey. And it's so true. It's so true. What's funny is I know people like that. Shout out Johnny the Barber, bro. Like, but I just think it's funny too. Like, now there's like this other thing where it's like this, like, it's this new type of, like, conservative where they think they're, like, morally better than everyone. Like, they hate fat people. They hate, like, anyone that's, like, lazy. And it's like, I'd be looking at these guys and I'm like, you're just as lazy. The fuck? Like, what? Why are you, like, commenting on someone's, like, will to live when you also just do nothing all day? Like, these are the same guys that play, like, Call of Duty on their, like, Xbox all day, and then, like, they will be the same ones, like, giving comments about, like, political, economic status of the world. It's like, bruh, you have no place to talk about that, dude. I mean, can you be right or wrong? Sure, whatever, but, like, dude, Jesus. Some people, man. Some people. But, yeah, what else? Oh, yeah, meet coming up. So plans change a little bit. So my coach and, like, physical therapist, like, is kind of just mutually agreed. Like, so, like, the first 2 miles, I'm nerfed to going out in 5:20. But it will be kind of nice because I'll be able to pace my teammate Linus for a PR. And it'll probably be nice for me because, like, all my best races have been running an extremely slow first mile. Like, I've literally, like, PR'd by 30 seconds running, like, the slowest first mile, like, being in the last place in the time trial. And so I'm not really concerned about that. Like, I'm actually confident about it. And I'm, like, ready to go. The only thing is, I really want to run a 15-minute 5K, and I just don't know if it's going to, because, I mean, I'm going to have to run, like, 4:40 in the last mile. I mean, unless I get a little cheeky and I start running, like, I end up running, like, 5:15 the second mile, and then, 4:50 is a little more doable. We'll just have to see. And, dude, you know what I just realized? Like, I'm not going to be able to wear my Hoka flats, so I'm going to have to, and I'm not wearing spikes. I'm not running 5:20 pace in spikes. That's stupid. Because, like, my legs, like, just, they don't do well in spikes, dude. Like, I get it for, like, fast stuff, like 1,500 or whatever, but, like, I'm not doing that for a 10K, bro. So I'll probably, I think Fatah might have some Vaporflies. Although, what sucks is like, because my muscle fibers and tendons are just like not adapted at all to wearing those. So I don't know if that's the smartest decision. We'll see. What else? Mentally. Dude, mentally, not in the best place right now. Like, I'm in a good place. Like, I can always tell of how good of a place I'm in, like, when I'm, like, enjoying the music, like, to an extreme level, so that's, like, a pretty good sign that at least something's going right in my life. But, yeah, dude, it's just, like, this profound sense, like, I've been having lately, and I kind of, like, remember the feeling from, I think, high school, but, like, just the profound sense of, like, loneliness and, like, being powerless, like, and it stems from the ADHD, but it just stems from other, like, genetic things, like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of hate always having to blame ADHD on everything, because it's just more just who I am as a person genetically, like, I don't have control over, like, my thoughts and, like, like, how the fuck, like, everything just gives me anxiety. Even the most simple tasks. Honestly, it's the most simple tasks that give me anxiety. But, yeah, so it's just like, but yeah, like, dude, this profound, just like that feeling of just being alone. And then, like, I don't know if I have, like, rejection sensitive dysphoria, but just like, dude, like, just always feeling like no one likes you. And I think it's just because I've been, like, used to that. And, because of, like, who I am, I've gotten a lot of, like, negative attention over the years, but it's just like, Jesus Christ, dude, like, just a profound sense of it. And, like, yeah, I should probably see a therapist, low-key. The only problem with, like, seeing a therapist is it's kind of like this, the funny thing is, if I ever got the courage to go see a therapist and, like, deal with that, I would probably already, like, have my issues solved. You know what I mean? Although I will say it's like, I'm not saying that's why I'm not going to do it. I'm just, like, scared, dude. Like, I'm scared to get help, like, with anything. That's another thing that is, like, really weird. And it's not because, people have thrown out the idea, it's like, because you don't want to look weak or whatever. And it's like, it's not a pride thing. I'm not very, like, prideful, like, at least that I think of, but, like, I don't really care how other people view me. Like, that's not something it's more like I don't know, dude. I genuinely, like, that is the confusing thing for me, is like asking for help, like going to a sports med and asking to, like, look at my leg is, like, literally I have rational fear from it. Like my brain rationalizes it, like, no, we're avoiding this. And I don't know why. Like, I genuinely don't know why. Like, they're there to help me, right? They're obviously friendly. It's their job. And, like, what's funny is, like, whenever I do those, things that are scary, like, in the moment, I'm totally fine. Like, socially, like, you know what I mean? It's like not like I have a panic attack. But it's that moment before. It's, you know what I mean? And it's, like, with everything. And I don't know what it comes from. And it could just be, like, a genetic, like, I just, like, have extreme social anxiety. But that's the thing, is, like, I'm a very social person at the same time. But I guess what I will say is I'm not very social unless I know people. Like, I'm not very, like, insanely outgoing unless, like, I feel, like, at least some level of, like, connection or resonance with someone. Like, I'm never the person, like, go up to a random person and be like, oh, how's your day going? Like, that is not me. I mean, I can play that game, though. If someone's friendly to me and, like, is like really open with me, I'll be like, oh, okay. And I don't know if it's like a trust issue thing, whatever. This is starting to turn into a therapy session. But I mean, who the hell cares? I mean, I say all this shit in front of my teammates. Who cares? And if anything, like, let's say I, like, become, like, an Olympian and this, like, gets clipped, like, isn't it a good thing that, like, someone shares this fucking honest experience? Yeah, man. Oh, dude, shout out teammate Luis, bro. Luis got me this West Side Story vinyl, dude, and it's sick because the other thing too is it's like all old and shit, but it actually adds to like the vibe of it. But it's like, it's one of my favorite album covers. Like, it's just this bold, bright red, and then it's kind of like this black lettering of West Side Story, and then it's kind of like these stairs, and then two figures dancing. But it's a sick album cover, and I'd say it's up there with. I want to say it's my favorite musical piece of all time. But I don't know. It's honestly tough. But yeah. So that was really nice of him. I mean, he just gave it to me, but like, God, dude, I like, another like, frustrating thing is like, like the, dude, I want to be, like, good at piano. But the thing is, like, I know the exact chords I want to play in my brain. Like, I can hear exactly, okay, this is the chord that I want to play. Like, these are the notes that I want to hit to harmonize with what I'm hearing. And the problem is I don't know where to put my hands. You know what I mean? That's what's so frustrating is, like, because I have such a knowledge of music, like, I know exactly what chord to put here. I just don't know the name of the chord, and I don't know where to put my fingers on the piano. But I know the exact, like, I can hear it in my brain. And, like, I'm getting to this point now where, like, when I listen to music, I can see, like, the notes, like, physically. Like, in my, like you know how you can, like, visualize stuff? I can, like, see the, like, the waves of music now. Like, I can see all the components. I can also, like, perfectly imagine like a live band playing. Like, I can see the drummer playing. I can see the piano player playing it. I can see like the bass player playing the song. Like, that's what's so messed up, dude. I'm not terrible at piano because it's just like a scale of notes. So if you fuck around with it enough, which I have, you can kind of know, like, based on where it is in the song, kind of the general area of where that note probably is, and then you can just find it through trial and error. You know what I mean? You just hit the note till you find it. I'm really fascinated by like chords. Like, when you have a chord by itself, it sounds like absolutely nothing. But when you pair it with something else, it gives it so much more context. I always think that's interesting because I'm always like looking for like nice chords, and then I realize, no, it's not about the nice chords. It's about the format in which you like contextualize the chords, right? So like if you're going from a minor to a major or whatever, that's more like important than just the chord itself. The chord itself is just the leaping point. It's the transition from the chord. And I realize that with like really, really great songs, like you'll like hear that one moment of like the chord, and it's that transition period where you're feeling this thing and then it completely changes the perspective. Tyler, the Creator, does that shit all the fucking time. And that's, I mean, like, Tyler probably, like, has the best, like, chord fucking... He just pulls those out of his ass, bro. Like, such good chords. That's why, like for example, at the beginning of United in Grief, where it goes, bam, bam, and it just, like, causes tension. Bam, bam. 1,855 days. Bam, bam. Damn, I am not hitting those notes. So funny, dude. I also, like, I really want to be a good singer, dude, but I mean, I obviously don't have the talent to be a good singer. I don't have, like, you know how all good singers have, like, that gap in their tooth? So that way, I think it's because, like, the sound of your, like, voice, like, you can better, like, articulate it with that gap in your, like, tooth. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? If you look at, like, really good singers, they all have that, like, gap in their tooth. I want to say that that's true. I'm just making that up, but I've noticed that for sure. It's like I think it's like certain like notes or like certain styles of singing that is really catered towards it. Other things it doesn't. But like I've been really trying to practice on the vibrato and like trying to go like insanely microtonal like between like songs and shit. Like as I'm like singing this song, like going like for example, like How Does It Feel by like D'Angelo or whatever. How does it feel? Like that, you know what I mean? The E. like like I'm still like practicing it, but because I want to be able to do that shit because it's like so sick to do that. Also, that was a terrible example. But I'm like not really like I'm literally walking around the apartment right now. I don't know why I'm like wearing swim shorts. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. It looks like it's sunny out, but I feel like the second I go outside, I'm gonna be like it's cold as shit. What else? Shit. Oh yeah, our basketball team's like insanely good. So that's pretty cool. It's like really nice. Dude, I can't wait. Like Portland's gonna be on the come up, dude. Not just the college, but like the city. I think by the time I'm a senior, I think Portland will be like a top 10 city in America. Like I'm not even joking. There's so much like construction and projects going on right now. And I think, I think just a lot of things are going to be good. I think a lot of things in America are going to improve. Not because of Trump, Jesus, but more because of medical and technological research. Although, see when I believe it. But yeah. I don't know what else to say right now. Oh yeah, apparently I'm gonna be in a Tom Cruise movie or something. So that's, I'm gonna be in a Tom Cruise biopic, dude. Which I don't even know what that means, but apparently I'm gonna be like doing like I'm gonna have a stunt double and shit. I don't even know. So that will be interesting. I don't know how to feel about acting. I really like acting. I just don't like how actors act. Like I don't like when like people are like super dramatic in their delivery because that's not how real humans are. Like if you're like I feel like one of the things that's most annoying for me is I hate people that are like, you can totally see that they're playing a character. You should not be able to make the distinction. That's good acting. A lot of people just think acting is like, the Joker, like you're just, everything's over the top. Like, and sometimes it is, but it's just, that's different when you're playing like a fucking Marvel hero. But when you're playing like, a drama, you know what I mean? And I'm still trying to figure out how to like do that. Because at the same time, you also don't want to be boring. So it's kind of like that, like, medium. I still gotta watch that movie, Perfect Day, the Japanese movie. Oh my god, dude. I gotta rewatch The Bear, dude. I think that movie would be therapeutic to watch again. That movie's so relatable. Like, just on so many fucking levels. Like, the family dynamics one, and then the kind of sprinkled comedy, like the cynical comedy is great too. And then also the music in that movie's great. So I can get behind it. Pause. And what else? Oh yeah, just that kind of like balance between something becoming like a healthy coping mechanism and then like becoming an obsession. And then it's kind of like, it sucks because, the thing that's like, the very thing that's like your coping mechanism turns into like self-destruction. Because it's like, the reason why something becomes that healthy coping mechanism is there's like less like pressure, and it's like just something that you can enjoy. But once it becomes something that's like your entire self-worth and identity, then it becomes that like obsession. And I totally relate to that with running. Like I've gotten to the point now, and like again, like what sucks too is I'm not talented, so it's not like I've been like going to like national championships and shit. But I've gotten to the point now where like I feel like a lazy piece of shit if I don't like dude, when I was injured, I was in a really bad place, and it's like I couldn't even do homework because of like it's this like weird brain thing that I do, but I think it's a symptom of ADHD for sure. But it's like basically if you if you don't do one thing not right in the day that you're doing, basically the rest of the day can't be right. So like if you start off your day badly, the rest of the day can't be great. It's like a end, like I am definitely like my personality is very all or nothing. I could be like the most mentally tough, like grinding, doing everything, like just on fire, having an amazing day. And then I could also be the same guy that just literally sits on his ass and does nothing all day, feeling sorry for himself, watching YouTube all day, listening to music, and doing absolutely nothing. And the problem is like, it's really hard to win days. Like, some days are like insanely depressing, and other days are like insanely like awesome. And it's like, it's almost like the drop off, like, because you'll have days that are so like high in dopamine, like those days where it's just a little bit less, it's just like, fuck. You know, because people always ask me about like my coffee thing, or, you know, why I do certain things. And it's like genuinely because like, dude, I get less dopamine with everything in life than you do. So that's why I got to do all this crazy shit. That's why I got to drink fucking 20 cups of coffee. That's why I got to do all this stuff. Because I literally, just to exist and be like happy and not depressed, I have to get to that level of dopamine. If I don't, right, if I drop below the standard, then I just become depressed. So, and then the days that are amazing is like you have a perfect balance, right? So it's just funny. I hope this isn't coming off too depressing. I don't want this to be depressing. I want this to be more like relatable and constructive and hopefully comedic to some level. I swear to God. I don't know, man. I do not know. Oh yeah, I'm going to a classical music concert on the 11th, I think. That'll be interesting. That will definitely be interesting. It's supposed to have this like candlelight theme. I don't know what that means. It looks like a smaller theater. But the music I remember, I forget who it was. No, it was from, oh yeah, it's like these like seasons of like weather or whatever as like the composition. But it was Max Richer or whatever. And he made the one that's like from the like intro to Chef's Table that like went viral on YouTube. But it's like now I just have the Oppenheimer theme stuck in my head. Hold on, I gotta listen to the song in my head for a sec. The problem is it's so like, it like covers the whole scale. For me to sing it right now would just like, you wouldn't understand what beam bop boom boom bam, you wouldn't type shit on, you wouldn't understand. Also, dude, GNX is so freaking relatable. I know that's like probably sounds like the whitest and most stupid thing you've ever heard, but it's like Kendrick just keeps making music that I can relate to. Like I don't like, and it's like funny. It's like just like these little things that he says is like literally, I'm like, dude, why is that hitting so hard? Like and what the fuck you wearing, bro? Is tacky. I've literally like talked to someone in that tone, making fun of their outfit, like before in high school. Like it just reminds me of me, and I don't know if that's like, you know, stupid or whatever, but it's just hilarious. It's hilarious. Or like dude, you know what? The only thing I wish about Squabble Up, dude, is if they held the like, there's just something about that where it's just like, I like feel reincarnated. And the like, fuck, I feel like Joker. Cause you get it? I do feel like Joker. You know, dude, you know what I love, dude, is just laughing, like just joking. Like I'm not like big on groups, but the times that I do like groups is like once you start like getting into a flow with jokes and everyone starts laughing and then everyone's kind of like on fire comedically, It's literally the most enjoyable thing. And we were like doing that last night. Like we all were like shooting the shit after the movie. And it was so much fun, dude. Like it was just like, it was amazing. Like comedy is very like, I don't know. It's like, it's definitely a part of me. It lingers in my spirit. Like just having the ability to laugh. And then it's just so nice, man. And then everyone's shitting on each other. Like, it's really nice to, like, not have people take you seriously, but also you don't take them seriously. So it's, like, this kind of, like, mutual love. I don't know. But then I also, like, there's some people, dude, that just can't be intimate or can't be vulnerable. And that's sometimes annoying. Like, you know when you're with friends that you know, like, all you can do with them is, like, do jokes? You know, the truly great friends is you can be vulnerable and you can do jokes and they're there for you. You know what I mean? They're not just there for the laughs. Like, you can talk to them about real life shit. Geez, 40 minutes? Should I just go an hour at this point? I wonder if I can post straight from voice memos. You know what's funny is, like, the audio quality is actually pretty good. I'm literally just walking around with my phone right now. And to those of you that, like, think this is, like, weird, I literally do this every morning without a phone. Like, I'll literally just talk to myself for, like, 2 hours before I go to school. So there you go. Fun fact. I don't really want to talk politics just because I just don't care. Like, dude, it's just so frustrating, dude. And, you know, like, I swear to God, like I said, I hate pseudo-intellectuals, man. And a lot of these Trump supporters, dude, they just think they're so freaking smart. Because they're like, no, it's like a big picture thing, dude. Like, he's actually better than Kamala. It's like, what? Is it Kamala or Kamala? I don't even know anymore. Oh, Track All Access dropped a UNC recruit mixed threshold and brutal wins featuring UNC commit Joe Barrett. Who the hell is Joe Barrett, bro? Ooh, this is kind of sick trail, though. Okay, that can't be faster than like 5:20 pace. Yeah, I was right on. Okay, this is kind of a based workout. Sorry. 1 minute LT2, 7 minutes LT1, 2 minutes LT2. Interesting. I don't know what the rest scheme is. That makes sense. I like how the LT2 is how you start out. I don't know about extending the LT2. That doesn't make much sense. I would start out with the extension of the LT2 and then slowly cut down. Like, whenever you work threshold, it's all about just accumulating volume, so the pace stays the same the whole time. So it's just about getting as much volume as possible, which means you actually slowly, you slowly will, like, make the distance, the repetition smaller and smaller over time, but not faster. Pro tip. No way he's running 440. That is not what 440 mile pace looks like, bro. Bullshit, 130 heart rate. Are you kidding me? Okay, it's for 1 minute, though, so that doesn't count. Also, there is no way bro's LT2 is 440, bro. What would even be the conversion of that? So let's say LT2 is 30-minute pace. I mean, let's say, so that's like what? Like 1440, 14. What's 440 again? I think 440 is 1450, 1440. Am I tripping? Or is it 1430? 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. Wait, yeah, 4 times 3 is 12. 40 plus 40 is, so 1 minute and 20 seconds. So 1320 plus another 40 seconds. Okay, there's no way that's right. So we'll just say it's like mid to high 14s. Bro, this guy's making 5:10 look like a training run. What the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to compete with that, bro? I guarantee you I work just as hard as this guy, and he's literally jogging at 5 flat pace, dude. What am I supposed to do, bro? Dude, I have this, like, irrational hate of high school phenoms, dude. I just don't like fast high schoolers. Just the level of ego and the, like I said, taking themselves seriously just really, really pisses me off. It's not even that they're faster than me, dude. There have been so many people that have been faster than me my whole life. I don't care. That I do not care about. I wouldn't still be here if I cared about it, right? I would have given up. But it's more just like this level of ego, and then this ignorance. I love the, like, I'm not gonna throw shade at anyone specific, but, like, I love these, like, certain talk shows or podcasts where, like, you know, they'll be, like, interviewing some, like, high school athlete, and it's like, why are you listening to someone that's not even a fucking adult, like, give advice when they're literally only good? Like, dude, high school, you're only good because of talent in high school. And if you want to say, like, oh, you put in the work or whatever, like, yeah, 100-mile weeks, and then they're completely capped out, and then by the time they get to college, they've literally ran as fast as they're going to run. Yeah, like, yeah, sure. Like, you know what I mean? You know how many, like, high school phenoms, like, did that, where they ran 100-mile weeks, and they were pretty talented, and then they just stayed kind of at that level where they were kind of like a middle-of-the-pack NCAA athlete. Like, it happens all the time. But I'm just saying, like, dude, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude, but, like, it's just most, like, elite high school runners just are very, like, just not respectable people. I've met very few. I mean, what I will say is most people are good. I'm just being stupid. Like, again, you have to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I'm literally just, it's literally called D1 hater yap. But I want to normalize the fact that it's just like, why are we, like, just, like, listening to what these people have to say? Like, what makes us earn their respect? Because they ran a fast time? That doesn't mean shit. Like, let me see their race. Let me see how they ran their race. You know what I mean? That's more respectable. It's like, okay, how did they win? How did they compete? I don't want to see what their time was, because that's just a reflection of their physiology. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And also, you know, one of the biggest things I've learned is most people at the top have no idea what they're doing. So it's actually worse because they have this false confidence where they can always, like, anytime they're wrong about something, they can just say, oh, I'm not wrong because I'm faster than you. And it's actually, like, allows them to do terrible stuff more and more. Like I've already said, like, Jakob's training is just not smart. It could be smart, but it's just, like, the way they go about it is completely stupid. I don't think double thresholding should be, like, a normalized thing. And then, of course, everyone's like, well, if the 1,500-meter gold medalist is doing it, then we should be doing it, right? So then everyone does these double threshold workouts. And it's just stupid. Like, I get it if you're, like, trying to, like, develop an insane amount of aerobic base in a short amount of time. Or, like, for example, if you're, like, training for the marathon and literally, like, speed is such, like, it doesn't matter to you. But I still would only do it for, like, a small block of training. I wouldn't even do it for more than, like, a month of training if I was a coach, which I'm going to be. And, you know, look, man, I may not be a professional runner, but I can tell you one thing. I'm probably going to be a pretty good pro coach. Like, I have a knack for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to, like, understand people and understand athletes. And I think, like, one of the biggest things, like, I understand the key principles of training. I don't understand everything like most coaches do. They don't understand everything. But I think one of the things that I've learned is, like, just kind of basic principles that kind of keep you in the way and don't keep you in the way. And then I've also, like, experimented. Like, I've coached some friends before for, like, a month here and there. And then I kind of, like, learned a lot of stuff. Like, I learned, like, okay, this is what they respond to. This is what they don't respond to. And then you kind of learn, you know, it really is about the athlete that you're working with and how their training plan should be designed. But, like, I'd say one of the biggest things is, like, it's kind of the same thing with being the athlete, right? You don't want to be neurotic about everything. It's just about accumulating the volume on the hard days, and then, on the easy days, accumulating the easy volume, you know what I mean? And then just within that, have a little bit of nuance. That's the other thing, is you don't want to be overly nuanced, right? You want to have the nuance in the right areas, like I said. Major in the majors. Don't major in the minors and minor in the majors, dude. I swear to God, that's like the new running thing. If I see one more fucking person tell me about how I should be hitting the weight room to run faster, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. Stop citing your study with 8 people in it. To the average idiot that doesn't read the study and just only reads the abstract, they're going to think you're right. But then when they actually read the study and see how it was designed, there's very little validity. People would be like, oh, we compared hip flexor strength compared to this one group to another group. And then you realize the group was 2 sets of 4 men. Bruh. I'm not being specific or anything, but I just think it's hilarious, those videos. And like I said, it's I'm not saying that strength training can't have an effect, but even if it does have an effect and you have to do it the right way, like I said, there's a very specific way to train very heavy lifting. And if you don't do it correctly, you're literally getting a 1.2% benefit. And I'm kind of sick of these people that just keep saying, oh, well, when little things matter, it's worth it. It's hold on now. Is it? If you're giving yourself an insane amount of fatigue, it's worth it in context. It's a tool you can use. You know what I mean? Let's say you want to do 2 or 3 threshold sessions in the week, and you don't want to waste your time doing a speed session, and you don't want to put too much volume on the legs from the constant pounding, then maybe you wanted to keep speed and maintenance by doing some, that's the thing, is I would honestly use strength training as a way to keep speed and maintenance. If I was going to program, which I usually wouldn't. There are very few people, because the other thing too is if they don't have an advanced lifting history, I'm not spending 2 months to teach them a skill that is literally going to have a 0.1% transferability. And also there's not really that good of evidence that shows that having strong muscles reduces risk of injury, because most injuries are just caused by people overworking past their genetic limit, which is not as people would say, a muscle imbalance. It's very rare. Unless you're a beginner runner, yes, it's sometimes good to intro into a little bit of strength training, because you're still in that phase where your legs are just generally weak, or sometimes you're genetically weak, above the average population. Strengthening can be beneficial, but for most cases, you're just not going to see a lot of injury prevention effects from strength training, because it's not a muscle weakness. I remember my PT, one of the best points I've ever heard is you go to all these physical therapists and they're all pieces of shit. Or you just listen on YouTube and it's all because your muscles are weak. You're not strong enough. And it's not, it's and my coach had a good point. He's my PT had a good point. He was if you're running 550 pace for 6 miles, your legs aren't fucking weak. You know what I mean? You're not weak. You would, if your legs were weak, you would break your leg in the first mile of that run. You know what I mean? Your legs aren't weak. You know what I mean? You're passing a genetic limit that your tendons and your nervous system can't handle. And because they can't handle it, and because it hasn't adapted to that level of extremity, right? It's your body shuts down that area, right? It sends fucking nerve pain signals whoa, don't use this area of the body. So it's just it's so funny, dude. Because people keep saying oh, that's the reason why they're getting injured. It's no, you're just working and even with me, dude, the times that I've gotten injured is when I'm in the best shape of my life. I've never gotten injured starting from it's always been the best shape of my life. Low key besides this injury, but the only reason besides this injury is because I literally went straight back into pushing it super hard again. And then my hamstring literally just cramped in the middle of a workout and I was screwed. But that was still because I was literally I went from barely running to going back into 50-mile weeks with 2 workouts and everything at 6-minute So it's just bruh. But yeah, it's like kind of funny. And like some people are more likely to get injured from intensity, like me, and other people are more likely to get injured from mileage. Now, like I feel like people get fatigue and injury wrong, like because a lot of people think like the mileage is going to hurt you. It's like not if it's all at 7-minute pace, and we already know that volume is going to cause better gains for most people. Like I think the very simple thing is for most runners, like if you just follow this structure, is run a lot and twice a week run fast. That's literally like that's it. Run a lot, twice a week run fast. That's it. Like that's it. And then like, you know, every 3 to 4 weeks do a VO2 max workout where you're doing like 4x1200 all out, 400 jog. Like do one kind of redliney session every 3 to 4 weeks, and everything else should just be a threshold accumulation volume workout, or you know, speed, like a speed workout, like 200s. And then everything else should just be easy mileage, and you'll probably be like 95% of the way there. You know, that's what's so funny is like people can't even do that. And I'm talking about me right now too, by the way. It's like I'm not even successful enough to like be able to handle that level of responsibility. I'm such a neurotic person. I'll overthink everything. So it's like, you know, my problem too is I'm more passionate, you know, it sucks admitting this, but I'm more passionate about training than racing. Like I love running more than I like racing. And that's like my problem is I love running. So like that just feeling that I get when I run and when I'm in like the flow state and I'm in the middle of a workout, like that's what I live for. And a lot of times, like especially because you're not like insane on a talent level and you're in the back of a race, you know, you don't feel the same type of flow state. But then sometimes you do, and then it's amazing. But like one of the things that I learned with races is like I was always more, I always raced better when I had like a plan versus like just trying to beat someone. So like it was more of like I was more competitive with the execution of the plan, and more like I am a competitive person, but more in the sense of like I like outsmarting people. I like out training people. I like, you know, like being like methodical and stuff because I take pride in that. But I don't necessarily take pride in just like, you know, like being like, I'm going to beat this guy. And like I've like tried to do that. I've tried to psych myself up. Like I'm going to like beat this guy, and it just doesn't work. But when it does work, it's like, I'm going to prove all these people wrong. Like they're all telling me to go out fast. I'm going to go out slow, and I'm going to outkick everyone. And when I do that, that's like the most freeing feeling. Like that's where the true competitiveness for me comes in. It's just very interesting. But yeah, underrated. Go out a little bit slow in your first mile of a 5K and then cut down from there. Like I already know, like I may actually not be far off on Saturday. I mean, it really just depends how I feel from the two 520s, because I'm still not like back to 100%. So it'll be interesting. I also don't know how hot it's going to be. I really hope it's like cold and overcast, honestly, so I can like cook. But at the same time, it's like, you know, first meet of the season. I think I can, like, I honestly want to kind of go for the 10K freshman record. I think it's like 32 high. It's a little ambitious. I definitely think I can run 33 this year. So, like, slightly sub 520 pace, I think is totally doable by the end of the year. Especially the 10K, like, because my problem is not the extension of the pace. I can hold to like 530, 520, like forever. That's not my problem. My problem is literally I just can't run insanely fast. Like my max speed is not fast enough. That's always been my problem. It's like I can't, you know, once we dip into 29s, like it's over. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know if I've ran a 28 in a workout. I think literally I've always like either ran a 29, a 30, or 32. But you know what's funny is when we do 200 workouts, I'm totally fine. I have the anaerobic endurance. I can run 32, 32, 32, 32, like in 200 repeats, like it's nothing. It's the second you dip into like the 29, it's like, you know, too much lactate. So it's very interesting. And, you know, because like some people, they're like, oh, you know, like, you know, practice your weaknesses. It's like not necessarily. you want to hit those weaknesses, but you also want to max out what you're good at, right? So sorry if it's echoey in here. Yeah, I think today's going to be really easy. 40-minute shakeout. Probably like, I say 7:30, 7:40 pace, but you know me, I'm going to like fucking cut down to like 6:50. Tomorrow will be pre-meet. So that will be another easy day. So good amount of recovery. My legs weirdly don't feel shot. I mean, I ran like 10 miles or 9 or 10 miles Monday. And like I said, I got down to like 5:55 on that. It did that workout Tuesday, which I guess that wasn't high mileage. So yeah, it's kind of nice because like doing that high mileage week is just, I feel like my body's like prepared for the fatigue. And since there's no fatigue, but a good amount of speed, it's actually not bad. And then yesterday was 10 miles and I don't feel that dead. And that was at like 6:50 pace. So now, just working into hawking to it, if you will. God, dude, I'm tired though. That's the only thing that was not ideal last night. It's just like, dude, it's like I can't like be tired. Like it's just like if I get one night of like bad sleep, like it messes me up, dude. Cause it messes up my circadian rhythm. So then I'm like, I stay and then I keep getting bad sleep. Especially with the coffee on top of that. But like, dude, it's bad. I do not like, I am so much more a morning person. That's what's funny is cause like, everyone these days is like a night person, like night owls or whatever. Dude, I am a morning person through and through. Like I can get up at like 5 a.m. and conquer the day. It's the back end of the day where it's just like, like even like hanging out with friends, once you pass like that 10 p.m. mark, it's just not fun anymore. Like, because you just feel tired. Like it's like I said, like after you're like hanging out with people and it's like 11, like once you hit like when you would be like fully asleep, that's when it starts getting painful. Like 11:30 to like 12 p.m. you're still doing shit. Oh my God. It just stops being fun. And then also like the hangover. Like, dude, that's the thing. Like, I will never do alcohol or drugs because I just like feel like so crazy already. Like when I get bad sleep, I feel like I have a hangover. Like I just feel terrible the next night. Like that's like what I'd imagine a hangover would feel like. Is like that's what I feel like. I just feel like shit the next day. Like even if I get like good sleep, something feels like empty or missing. Sometimes one of the best ways to alleviate it though is actually going for a run. Something about like turning your fight or flight system on. It's just like it gets you back to like, okay, well if we're surviving, then maybe we'll up our energy intake a little bit. I don't even know. God, dude. If y'all saw like my meal plan, or the way that I've been eating food, it's just like my stomach is so small now. Like I used to be able to like put down food. And it's not that I can't put down food. It's that I can't put down like more than like 1,000 calories in one sitting. Like even calorically dense stuff. Like it's so rich that like I literally want to puke after like, halfway into a meal, bro. It sucks. Because I got this meal plan. But the thing is like I can never eat all the food on my plate. It's so frustrating because I'll be like starving, but I get full way too quickly. But the problem is I also like need to eat to fuel. And the problem is too is like if I practice at 9 a.m. all the way, and then I have weights till 1, the dining hall closes their lunch at 2, and let's say I have a class, then I may not even eat again till we always get a protein shake after our weight training, but that's like, 180 calories, and it's like only protein and a little bit of carbs. Like, so like, and I can't have like some big breakfast before my run. I mean, I'm pretty good at taking in like carbohydrates and stuff before runs. Like it doesn't affect my gut that much compared to most people. But it still affects me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd never, like, want to do that before a workout. So I mainly, like, at most I'll eat in the morning. It's like a bar that I'm eating right now. This is actually a fire flavor. It's like blueberry pie or some shit. Let's see, 28 grams of protein, 14 grams of carbs. Pretty solid. I mean, I would wish a little bit more carbs. Yeah, so I'm literally, like, on a fucking keto diet running. Which, honestly, will probably pay dividends when I become, like, a marathon runner. Or ultra marathon runner, because, you know, glycogen depletion. But, like, when you're just trying to run fast, it's, like, useless. Right? But I'm sure I'll be, like, very, like, efficient in the ultra marathon. Like, I might just go Jim Walmsley route. The only problem that sucks about that is your training runs have to be like 5 hours, and I don't want to do that. I feel like the marathon is like, you know, like 2 hours, like I can do, but anything past that is like, Jesus. The only thing that would suck about the marathon is like you pass the half marathon part or the point, and you'd be like, holy shit, that's like my long run. And then it's like, I got a whole nother one of those to fucking do. I don't know, but at the same time, I feel like you're like chilling. Like, I feel like it's just mainly like muscular fatigue. So if you can just like, you know what I mean, withstand it. We'll see, though. We shall see. Fuck, I'm gonna have to upload this to the computer, and I gotta wait for it to render. This isn't an easy job, yo. Man, it's so beautiful out, but I don't want to do anything. Like, I just want to, like, sit at home and chill and, like, perseverate. It's, like, so funny that, like, dichotomy of, like, not wanting to do anything, but it's also, like, you want to do something. It's, like, God, dude. Like I said, the feeling of powerlessness is just, like, that shit where, like, you just feel like you have no control over anything. I gotta get my license, bro. That's one thing. I gotta get my license. I need to get a freaking job. Probably over summer or something. Although, you know me, I'm not gonna fucking get it, but... I came to this realization, I don't want a job. Like, I feel like I would be, like, a fire content creator. The only thing is, I'm just, like, not good enough at making content. And I don't have the tools and equipment. But I enjoy making it. Like, shit that like this, I like making the videos, too. It's just, I can't do everything. You know what I mean? I guess I could. But then it's, like, a job. And then I don't want to do it. The only job I can do is, like, running. Like, you know, for how tedious you'd think running is, like, there's something about the fact that running is just, like, you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, you know, you gotta, like, spend an hour and a half on technique. Like, you're doing it. You're doing the thing when you're doing it. Like, that's the difference between, like, basketball and all these other sports, is, like, when you're doing the sport, you're doing the actual, like, thing. Was the other ones, like, you know, you have all these skills that you gotta work in fundamentals, and it's not just athleticism. So, like, there is something about that. And there's something about, like, I think running being, like, so simple that I can withstand it. Like, I don't know, dude. I can't tell if I'm, like, stupid. Like, because I get the different types of intelligence, but I think that's just like cliche. Like that's just obvious that there's different types of intelligence. But I mean just general intelligence. Like I want to say I'm an intelligent person, but also at the same time, like there are like basic tasks and like things that I can't do, and I don't know why. Like, and to me, like those things don't really like I don't view them as intelligence, but I think that's just my own bias because I can't view them. So. Like, because that's what's funny is, like, my whole, like, mental illness, if you will, ADHD, right, is literally your prefrontal cortex being shit. So, like, does that mean I also can't critically think very well? Because I do think I can critically think pretty well. So, like, I always thought that was interesting is, like, my executive functioning sucks, but when I do have the right level of dopamine, I'm still able to, like, critically think about, shit. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's, like, once I get the neurocommunication from the fucking, dopamine, then I can get my prefrontal cortex working. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, you feel, as kids would say. You slid in the backseat, what the fuck you wearing, bro? It's tacky. It's so true. Fuck, I feel like Joker. Hey, shit gets spooky every day in October. Que reflexión durió, la noche durió. I guess I gotta keep my head down and work like I do or God do. I forget. Couple rules of engagement. I gotta move up my rank. I just gotta understand that no one gonna like me, God, man. If this world were mine, I would run 1450. Freshman debut. I would do all my homework, turn it in on time, and not just stare at the screen. I would also not double text all these people and not feel anxious about the people. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, dude. Okay, if my theory is correct, National Women's Day, March 8th, I think Kendrick is dropping the deluxe. Double back like a deluxe. We'll see. I really hope, dude. Oh, man, I really hope. I want it, dude. You know what I'm so mad about? Dude, this unreleased Kendrick song, dude, I'm better. T4, blood, check levels. Like, that song is so amazing with Sanfo, dude. I really wish, and I feel like it does fit the album, dude. It gives me, a rich spirit kind of vibe, but with a little more, savior, Mr. Morale behind it. You know what I mean? It's, more of an upbeat, rich spirit, Silent Hill kind of a vibe. There probably just wasn't room for it. I mean, that album's pretty long. It's an hour and 10 minutes. But, God, it's such a good song. The piano chords are just hitting, bro. The problem is that it doesn't sound very good on YouTube, but I know, if it was actually in a stadium, dude, hearing that. Okay, I gotta see him. I gotta ask my dad to get the tickets. Oh my God, that sounds so privileged. I gotta ask my dad to get no, because my birthday is around the time that he comes to Seattle, and I was like, hey, can we go to this for my birthday? I just haven't confirmed the trip or whatever. I'll go with my best friend and enjoy that. The only problem is I don't know how expensive tickets are gonna be, and I dude, I want to be I don't know if you've all seen that viral clip where that fan raps to him and he's rapping to him. I want to do that with Kendrick, bro. I don't want to have my phone out, none of that shit. I want to just go bar for bar with Kendrick on the floor. I'm gonna be dancing and shit. Oh my God, dude. Bro. Do you really know how to play the game? Bro. Is there anything else to say? God, it's beautiful out. Nah, bro. I know somebody's listening. Past life regression. I know somebody's listening. Past life regression. I'm sacrificing myself to stop the heat. Shit on my mind and it's heavy. The diamond, the choker is heavy. Something like us. Hydrate. It's time to heal. You're frustrated. Active. Holla back. Call the flag. Call the troops. Holla back. Yeah, sorry. That was my cover of Mr. Morale. All right, I think that's good. Jeez, hour and 15? Yeah, that's good. All right, see y'all.